Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my incredibly orange YouTube channel. Some fast notes about how we got here. Back in April, there's this really big pandemic. I'm not sure if you know about it, but basically the world shut down, and me being a teacher, I had to adapt and figure out a new way to teach my students. Enter YouTube Kung Fu. Hiya! I started learning how to make some YouTube videos so my kids could figure out what the heck they were going to do for their lessons. And it actually turned out to be really fun, and I started posting them to Facebook, and I got a lot of positive feedback from friends and family on Facebook saying, hey, these are pretty good. We actually watched these. We actually did some of the workouts with our kids. We'd love if you post more. So fast forward to, what are we? We are in December right now. I have an orange backdrop. I have an actual whiteboard now. And I'm going to start a YouTube channel, and I'm going to try and cover topics on health, performance, lifting weights, nutrition, and all the stuff that I have loved for the past decade because it's awesome and I want people to know about it. And at my heart, I'm an educator. So without further ado, welcome to my YouTube channel. Drop a like and a subscribe if you really want to. And let's talk about 5 things you need to know before you lose weight. Now, before I start dropping some knowledge bombs on weight loss, I do want to mention that I have had a pretty wild journey for the past 3 months. In the last 3 months, I have gone from 200 pounds down to 180 pounds. And this is the basis of where I've picked up a lot of this information. Here is a picture of Puffy Gilbert. And here is a picture of Skinny Gilbert. Full disclosure, full apologies for a shameless bathroom selfie. This didn't happen by accident though. It was a lot of work. There was a lot of fine tuning in the process. But if I'm going to drop you 5 pieces of information that I think are the most important, this is what the video is going to cover. It's not about getting jacked. It's not about getting shredded. It's just about common sense approaches to trying to lose weight and doing it in a sustainable manner. The first thing that you need to know and you have to understand about losing weight is that losing weight is 100% a counting calorie numbers game. That's it. That's all it is. If you burn more calories than you consume, you will lose weight. Pretty simple, but let me explain a little bit further. If you are looking to maintain your weight, what you have to do is consume 2,000 calories, aka 2,000 calories in, and then in that same day, you have to burn 2,000 calories or use 2,000 calories. That can be through your metabolism, exercise, or whatever, right? As long as those calories are burned and you have consumed the same amount, you are going to maintain the same weight. So if you plan on losing weight, you have 2 options. 1, you can burn more calories. So let's say you do a really big run that day. Now you've used 2,500, right? Which means that extra 500 calories has to come from somewhere. And guess what? It's not coming from the food you consumed because you only had 2,000 calories that day. That means those extra calories are coming from your stored energy places, aka your fat cells, your adipose tissue. So when you burn extra energy that you haven't consumed, it comes off of your body, aka holding a calorie deficit. The other way to go about this is to reduce the amount of calories that you consume, right? So if you minus 500, let's say you decided not to get that awesome caramel frappe that my kids talk about from McDonald's all the time, which is ridiculous. Let's say you don't have that. Now you are at 1,500 calories consumed, and on the regular, due to activity and metabolism and all that stuff, you have burned 2,000. And again, those extra 500 calories that are hanging out here, right, because this doesn't equal that anymore, has to come off of your body. So there are 2 main ways to make a calorie deficit. Burn more calories than you consume, or Consume less calories than you burn. Pretty simple. Most people never do this step though. Most people don't go through the trouble of measuring your food. And let me tell you, this is the most key part of maintaining a calorie deficit and actually losing weight and actually having an idea of how this stuff works. Because if you understand how this works, you're going to be much more successful at sustainably keeping this weight off and being smart about how you actually continue to lose weight. The second thing you need to know is that no diet works without a calorie deficit. I know I just talked about this, but there seems to be this weird thought that if you go on this certain diet and you eliminate these certain foods and you don't eat processed food and processed sugar and blah, 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 if I eliminate these things, I will magically lose weight. Guess what? The magic is that you eliminated a bunch of foods that you were eating before, and voila, you magically fell into a calorie deficit without measuring. But what this means is, from where I'm standing, you don't actually understand the process. You just eliminated a bunch of foods and you lost weight because you usually ate those foods. What this also means is that if you understand this process of maintaining a calorie deficit and actually measuring your foods, everything is on the table, provided you measure it and provided you keep it in a calorie deficit. McDonald's is on the table. Pies are on the table. Sugar is on the table. There's a lot of reasons why if you consistently consume those things, you're not actually going to be successful in losing weight, but you can eat those things and lose weight provided you understand a calorie deficit. And oh my goodness, I can see the dieters coming now. Yo, bro, wait a minute. Yo, bro, I just started my paleo diet. You telling me I'm not going to lose weight if I'm eating meats, fruits, veggies, and some nuts and seeds, bruh? You tell me I'm not gonna lose weight? Yo, bro, just for your information, if you're crushing ribeye steaks and avocados every day, pretty high cal stuff, still considered paleo. Might not be losing weight. Excuse me, I just started the vegetarian diet. I don't eat any meat and I have just vegetables. Are you telling me that I won't lose weight on a vegetarian diet? Is that what you're saying? That sounds ridiculous. Hello, good sir. Nice glasses. Just for the record, Cheetos, Tostitos, Takis, Lay's potato chips, all of those are vegetarian options. And if you are crushing those things just because it's vegetarian, doesn't mean you're in a calorie deficit. I am a carnivore! I'm on an all-meat diet! I only eat meat. Are you telling me I won't lose weight only eating meat? Whoa, you are loud. You are loud and obnoxious with that hat on. And if you are crushing a pound of bacon in the morning and only having ribeye steaks, pretty high fat content, might not be losing weight. Just saying, just because it's carnivore, please don't hurt me though. Please don't. Okay. Wait a minute. Hear me out. What if I only eat grapefruits? Will I lose weight that way? Please don't do that. Yeah, no, don't do that. Bad idea. Nope. Okay, hopefully you guys get it, right? If you're not in a calorie deficit, you're not going to be losing weight. Doesn't matter what the diet is. A lot of those diets are successful because, again, they eliminate foods that most people eat. Almost everyone eats bread, sugar, vegetable oils, and processed foods. You take all of those out, chances are you're going to lose some weight. But again, you won't understand why you're losing weight. You're going to connect the weight loss to the diet, the magic foods that you're eating. It's none of that. It is simply a calorie equation, and the foods that you eat when you go on a quote-unquote healthier or clean diet typically just have less calories in them and more micronutrients and things like that, which are healthy for you. So here's the deal. If you go on one of those diets and it works for you, awesome, stick with it. But know that it is because of a good old calorie deficit. So here's number 3. This may feel like common sense, but I feel like it has to be said. You're going to be hungry. Holding a calorie deficit sucks, right? There is no escaping the fact that if you are trying to actively lose weight, there are going to be points along this journey where you are going to be hungry. And let's reel this back to point number 1. I've said this is all about maintaining a calorie deficit. This is all about maintaining a sustainable calorie deficit. There are so many heroes out there that have been like, all right, 1 week I'm going to drop 50 pounds. Here we go, bro. All right. And they just starve themselves. And then the rebound is they consume a whole bunch of food because they starved themselves and they just shoot back up to the old weight they had. A sustainable calorie deficit, on the other hand, is where you take something like, something achievable, like maybe 300, maybe 400 calories out of your diet each day, and you consistently burn 400 calories more than you consume. And that is where you're hungry, but you're not ravenous. You're not thinking about all the delicious stuff. Okay? Trust me, I've had 3 months of this. Let me just put it this way. Thanksgiving was basically a spiritual experience for me when I said, guess what? Forget a calorie deficit. I'm going in. But yeah, you're going to be hungry. And the smartest way is to do a small calorie deficit so you're not too gosh darn hungry. And point number 4, protein is the most satiating nutrient. It keeps you full. To go right back to point number 3, this process makes you hungry. Losing weight is a hungry process. So you want to do everything that you can to keep your appetite low. You want to make sure that you're not hungry all the time. And what's the best way to do this? Consume a lot of protein. And when I'm talking about protein, I'm talking about animal proteins. Beef, pork, chicken, fish, eggs, dairy. If it had a soul or a mother at one point, you want to eat it. The reason being is, I dare you, eat a full pound of grilled chicken. That's around 500 calories. Whole pound grilled chicken, 500 calories. Now go and eat a Big Mac. Guess what? One of those two things is going to leave you incredibly full. The Big Mac, I want 20 more things in a large fries afterwards. The pound of grilled chicken, I want nothing to do with any food after that. Guess what? The Big Mac, 550 calories. The whole pound of grilled chicken, around 500 calories. Eat proteins. They keep you full for a very, very low calorie buck, right? Big bang, small buck. Animal proteins for the win. And lastly, number 5. Training is the best way to make a calorie deficit. Period. No questions asked. For those who don't know, the vast majority of the calories that you burn throughout the day comes from your metabolism. But if you're relying on your metabolism to create a calorie deficit for you, guess what that's called? Starving. Right? And starving sucks. You want to eat at least as much calories as it takes to cover what your metabolism needs for, heart beating, organs functioning, cellular repair, all that good stuff. And then once you've eaten enough calories to cover that basic metabolic rate, you want to burn and create a calorie deficit by training, by lifting, by running, by sprinting, by yoga class, by Zumba, by, I don't know, anything, take a hike. Activity is the best way to create that calorie deficit because again, if you are relying only on your metabolism and you're just sitting at home watching Netflix and you know what, you've counted off your calories, you know what your basic metabolic rate is, and you're just trying to sit there and lose weight, you are starving. And chances are you're losing a whole bunch of muscle mass as opposed to fat as well. So, train. You want to lose weight? Work out. Break a sweat. It'll change your life. It's an incredible thing, and it is so important in this whole weight loss picture. Okay, everyone, that's it. Those are the 5 things that you should know before you attempt to lose some weight. there's like a million other things that I know about, and they'll come in later videos. But for now, if you got to the end of this video and you liked what you saw, please like, please subscribe. I'm going to try and build this YouTube channel to educate the masses and, man, have a good time making some videos and hopefully some helpful information for everybody out there. So, like I said, like it, subscribe to it. Can't wait to make more of these. Till then, see you next time.